Hello everyone, today I would like to teach you about indirect question because some students have problem making this lesson, and today I will show you how to use indirect question correctly and effectively. So in order to study indirect question, we have to answer the three W8 question. The first one is when. So when do we use indirect question? And the second one, why do we use indirect question? And how do we use indirect question? So here, take a look at this picture. So you can see that we use indirect question when we want to make a formal occasion, or when we talk to stranger, or when we talk to teacher. It means that when we get into formal occasion, we must use indirect question to express politeness, yeah. And when we talk to stranger, someone that we have never known before, right, or teacher, yes. And why do we use it? We use it in order to talk about politeness. And in here you can see that we use it to be polite in this picture. Yeah, when we meet each other, so we greet each other by shaking hand. And how do we use it? So we use it with two sentences. So the two sentences can be called two clauses, and the second clause contains a question. So based on grammatical lesson, we can call main clause and subclause. Yeah, indirect question is a kind of subclause, but the structure of the question is in sentence form. It means that even we use WA question, but when we change into indirect question, so the sentence must be sentence form. Sentence form refer to affirmative sentence. So take a look at this example, regular question. Actually, when we make a regular question like where is your college, yeah, this is a direct question or regular question. But when we want to make into indirect question, so we have to use some verb in main clause or some phrases like here. Would you mind telling me where your colleague is, please? And the second one, what qualification do you need to apply? And then we change, do you know what qualifications do you need to apply? So we can use would you mind telling me, do you know? Yeah. And the third one, how much does cost? And then we can make indirect question. I was wondering how much a costs. So for indirect question, we start with an introductory clause. Some grammatical book we call main clause or independent clause, right? And here you can see they say that this is a main clause. It can be a sentence or question. It means that in main clause we can make positive sentence like I don't know, tell me, yeah. But in question we should make do you know, can you tell me, and do you have any idea, right? Or another one is a wonder. So now you can see main clause and dependent clause. Main clause like I would like to know, and dependent clause, for example, we put when the clause start. You don't put auxiliary verb do, does, right? You have to put WA verb and then subject and verb. Yes, verb here is based on the subject. If the subject is singular, so the verb is singular as well. But if the subject is plural, so the verb is plural. And then we can say tell me where your colleague is. We don't say tell me where is your colleague. I don't know how much the cost. Yeah. And next one, like do you know, here, and when we use with yes no question, so keep in mind that if we use with with yes no question, we have to change, right, yes no question into if and whether. Yeah, so if and whether here does not express condition, right? The meaning is similar to each other for if and whether here. Like do you know if there is a financial help for overseas student? And keep in mind that when we put this main clause as a question, we have to put WH question here into, sorry, we have to put question mark here. Like if there is financial help for overseas student, yeah, we put a question mark, but we don't change is before the subject. We have to put the is, not is there. Could you tell me, or we can say, do you have any idea whether we can visit Cambridge before we start? You can see we put question mark. But if we put main clause as the simple sentence like don't know, I wonder, so for question mark, we don't use it in here. Okay, now we take a look at Kermit Chip. So remember, when we are writing the dependent clause in an indirect question, do not use do, does, or did. Like regular question, where did the teacher go? Indirect question, do you know whether did the teacher go here is wrong. You have to change, do you know where the teacher went? You see? So we change go to when, and then we delete did. We don't say did the teacher go, so we put the teacher went. And after WH word, if or whether, use a sentence, not a question. In here, so we also note that after WH word, or after if or whether, so we have to use a sentence. Sentence here means we use positive sentence or affirmative sentence, not a question. So now let me test you about how to use indirect question. I want you to change this question into indirect question. So your favorite type of exercise. So first, complete sentences so that it means the same as the sentence before it. Like, what is your name? So how can we change it? So I put main clause already. You just say that, can I ask you what your name is, right? And where are you from? So we say, I was wondering where you are from. And number 3, what kind of room would you like? So could you tell me what kind of room you would like? And next one, do you have any hobbies? I would like to know you have any hobby. Yes, so we don't put question mark here. What do you want to study? I need to know what you want to study. So now let us check the answer here. We have the answer for you guys to understand it. Like, what is your name here? You can see. Alright, can I ask you what your name is? So the green one here is the answer for indirect question. Yeah, I was wondering where you are from, what kind of room would you like. We change to like that. Okay, that's all for this lesson. I hope you guys will understand indirect question, and I will have more video for teaching you. And please subscribe this video. Thank you for your watching.